So say, welcome to Gemma Darling Daily. No?
Yeah.
Yeah? Say, welcome to Gemma Darling Daily.
Welcome to Gemma Darling Daily.
Season 3. Say it. Season 3.
Season 3.
Episode 6.
Yes.
We're trying here. Are you going to help me introduce all the yarn?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because, you know, we have a whole bunch of stuff to go over. There's like a lot of stuff around here, right?
Yeah, and I think these can fit me.
They can't fit you?
They can.
They can? Do you like them?
Yeah, see, they can't fit on me.
They fit fine. You just have to keep your head up. You stay like that? Okay. All right. Do you want to go play with Daddy?
No.
You want to stay here with all the yarn?
No.
Really? Okay. Sit down. Okay, friends. I guess I have a co-host today. Welcome to Gemma Darling Daily, Season 3, Episode 6. We're getting close here.
Mommy, why did you put that there?
Why did I put what there?
That.
The light?
There.
Oh, the table?
Yeah.
So, I rearranged my craft attic, and I'm going to take you guys on a tour, but it's a mess.
And me and Daddy gonna go to a store by the school, and that was the store.
You're going to go to the toy store and buy what?
To a horse.
Oh, a horse! A horse at the toy store.
So,
Oh, that's better than the real one we thought you wanted a couple days ago.
but this clothes.
It's closed.
And that was the star. That was the star. Go, bop, bop.
So why are we going to the toy store, though? Have you been earning points?
Oh, yes.
Doing what?
Cookies.
How did you earn points?
I like the star cookie.
Because she got cookies? No, she's been going potty. Right? Very proud of you. Okay. All right, I'm going to do my podcast now, and then I will come downstairs, and we'll read a lot of books, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Then I just want to stay up here.
I think you should go with Daddy now, okay?
No.
Ready? Come on.
Look, even Mr. Pooper's here.
Hmm.
But Daddy's going to be at work tomorrow, and you're going to miss him. So go play with him, okay?
Come on, we gotta finish reading our books. Right? We have a whole pile of books to finish.
All right, well, then you have to sit next to me, okay? And stop climbing all over me. And you're going to be up here for a while.
Careful. How are you gonna go potty up here?
What are we going to do when the potty watch goes off? We have a potty watch. Show everyone your potty watch.
Right there. It say 20 minutes.
It says 35 seconds.
Why did you put this on?
What?
Why did you put this jacket
Because
on?
I'm Mrs. Roper chic.
What are these?
Those are CDs. There's so much stuff in this attic that
Can we
really...
work?
No, it needs to get thrown away.
Can we work these, Mommy?
No. Okay, let's start. Let's start with some administrative things. I have so much to talk to you guys about. I haven't been able to get up into the attic because I just haven't felt well. Potty time! It's Okay. Go with Daddy. You can come back.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, everyone, say goodbye to my co-host. Bye, Moo. I love you.
Bye.
Okay. Hey, everyone. I'm not going to start over. Let's just keep going. I'm pretty sure this podcast is going to be a hot mess anyway because I can't breathe so well sitting on the floor. I bought a little stool. I was going to sit on that, but there's, you know, I didn't think you wanted to stare at my belly the entire time. I'm starting to get pregnancy face, and we're pretty much 1 month out. I think July 16th is the day, and if I don't go early, because I think I might totally go early. But my last pregnancy, my hands hurt and I couldn't knit, and this pregnancy I haven't had that. So thank you to the knitting gods. I have been able to knit. I am having trouble with my eyes though, so that's kind of putting me to sleep. But whatever, right? Stuff happens. I wanted to start out by telling you guys that July 1st, Christina from Chelsea Yarns and I have been talking, and July 1st we are going to cast on for the LYS Unity KAL 2019. Now, for those of you that did it with us last year, I hope you had a blast. We all knit the Tecumseh sweater by Caitlin Hunter, and we met at Rhinebeck and took a huge picture of all of us, and it was so much fun in the Ravelry thread, you know, watching all of you pick your yarns and get everything ready to start, and then we all knit them together, and it was great. And it's a super easy pattern, so I don't think anyone had any problems with the pattern, but it's really nice to knit along with a bunch of people sometimes. If you have any questions, you don't have to bother the designer, you know, you can get them answered. And so this year, we decided that the theme is going to be cardigans. So you can choose any cardigan that you want, any designer, anything to your heart's content. There's the Cardi Zen by Denise Barron. There's the LYS cardigan by Andrea Mowry. There's so many great cardigans out there, and we really think cardigans are overlooked. I have finally picked the yarn for my portage sweater. And so I just wanted to let you guys know that we're going to be starting this. Let me see. I have all the rules here. So I thought I'd go through them at the beginning of the episode instead of at the end because, you know, sometimes stuff happens and you can't watch all the way through. But I want you guys to knit your Rhinebeck sweater with us. And so July, August, September, and most of October, that's about 3.5 months to do it. And I think it would really be fun. We are putting out a call to all of the makers and pattern writers and LYS stores, because this is a KAL about unity. It's about, you know, LYS stores, sometimes they feel like they have to compete with each other, and the truth is they don't. If they work together, there are enough knitters for all of them. They all carry different yarns. We all go to different places for different things, and so we want to show that this is a community that really comes together. And so we are just putting out a call. If you are an LYS store, if you make pins, if you dye yarn, if you write patterns, anything yarny, please hop over to my Ravelry group, Gemma Darling Daily. Wait a sec. And sign up to be a sponsor. And sponsor responsibilities are just attending our meetup at Rhinebeck if you're going to be at Rhinebeck. You know, push the KAL, keep up with the chatter, and then at the end we are going to draw a prize of someone that participated. Will win a prize from each one of our sponsors. So last year I think we had about 10 or 12 sponsors. We had a lot of people. We had a lot of people win a lot of good stuff. So if you would like to be one of our sponsors, please sign up in my Ravelry group. If you would like to knit along with us and you're not someone who produces something crafty, you just are someone who loves to knit, loves to crochet, you can do anything. If you're a weaver, anything that has to do with fiber, you are allowed in this KAL. It just has to be a cardigan. So Chelsea Yarns is going to host the chatter on her Ravelry group. So please hop over to Chelsea Yarns and find the LYS Unity KAL 2019 participants thread and tell us if you're going to do it with us. Tell us what pattern you picked, what yarn you picked. As the sponsors start to roll in, we're going to say that if, let's say, Chelsea Yarns obviously is going to be a sponsor. They're one of the leaders with me. And if you want to knit your Rhinebeck sweater out of Chelsea Luxe, at the end, instead of getting 1 entry for a prize, you will get 2. Because you knit a cardigan and you knit it with yarn from one of our sponsors. So I will talk more about that in the coming podcasts, but I just wanted to let you know that if you want to wait and see who our sponsors are, and I can't wait to see who our sponsors are, who hops into this, then you're very welcome to. But we are going to start on July 1st. So look through your favorites on Ravelry, find that cardigan you've been wanting to make, and get some yarn because it is time. Okay, guys, let's get real about this. It took me a really long time to get up here and podcast again, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it again before I give birth. I'm going to try. I have tried to have Corrado on the channel. I have tried to have my mother on the channel. Like, everything just keeps falling through, and I just want to bring you guys content that you're interested in watching, because I know watching me for an hour sometimes, not so riveting. So I thought, you know, my mother comes from a long line of knitters and actually has a sweater that's about 60 years old that her great aunt knit, and I really want you guys to see it. And so I'm going to be trying to do that in the coming weeks. I think podcasting with someone else will maybe help me. I've changed my backgrounds because I bought a table, which is against the pink wall I usually podcast against, and that is going to be my sewing table because I have come up with a pattern for a bag, which is a tote bag that has a built-in project bag, and I'm going to be trying to make it. And since I'm a crap sewist, this is probably going to take a while. But this is my busy background right now, and I know it's really busy, but my craft attic has a lot of stuff in it. Apothecary jar full of minis, I've got needles, I've got pom-poms, I've got lots and lots of fabric, even though how often do I really sew? And I love my sewing machine, I love sewing, but yeah. I think you guys, you get me. So shorter podcasts from now on. Baby news, we're only a month away. Garden update, not growing so well this year. I don't know if it's because we're getting excessive amounts of rain or if I bought crap dirt. I really don't like the dirt that I bought this year. It said for raised bed gardening. It said it was organic. My problem is I throw all the seeds in and they all grow. So next year I'm going to try seed starters so that I know where each plant is. I'm going to have to try maybe tomorrow if it's not too rainy to dig up the ones that have come up and actually space them out better because I think they're competing for root space. I did buy new raised bed planters and they're more shallow, so they look prettier, but they are not nice. And I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram. We had a big discussion about pesticide, and that's why I don't plant in the ground, because where I live on the lower end, so there's a big development and all of the rain tends to wash down and into our property, and I don't want the pesticide from other people's lawns all over my organic vegetable garden. So that's why I do the raised beds, but I really wish I could just plant it in the ground because I think that they would flourish like crazy. But that's my life. I know, first world problems. But seriously, the pesticide is making me sick. Whenever spring springs in this town, everyone just sprays their lawn with such poison that, I mean, I get scared, truthfully. And I live by a big park, and there was a guy spraying in the park, and you know, there's walking paths, and so he was just spraying the lawn on the sides and just kept it spraying right across the path. And I was like, animals walk on this and it's wet with pesticide. Like, I had to pick my dog up and actually like go to another part of the park, and I don't know if he had sprayed it yet or not, but it was like, I don't want my dog getting sick because of this. So a lot of you joined in on the conversation and really think pesticide is gross, and you know what, so do I. So thank you for making me feel like I'm not alone in this. Because I am about to pop, I missed Stitched Up Brooklyn. I am not happy about that at all. It looked like so much fun. All of my favorite fiber friends were there, and if they do it again next year, I am so there. I think the hotel was adorable, so I'm just going to save up some money and just stay there. Even if I have to strap the new baby to my chest, I'm going. And Worldwide Knit in Public Day, which was that weekend also. I missed that, and that's really upsetting to me. But I do want to do a little contest. A lot of you have been trying to guess the baby's name, and I know I call her Baby S. And a couple of my very close friends know her name. Of course, my family knows her name. But I want to see if you know her name. So I'm going to put something in my Ravelry group, and it'll be called Baby S Guess. Okay? Let me write that down so that we don't forget that that's what I'm going to call it. Baby S Guess. Okay. If you think you know the name of my kid, write it down. you get 1 entry, okay? So everyone guess 1 S name. All the people that get it right will be put into a pot, and I'll pick a winner, and I'll find you a prize, okay? Just something fun, I think. You know, a lot of people do that whole yarn around the belly. How big is the belly? I don't need to know how big my belly is. I can feel it. So let's try to guess the name of the baby. If you'd like to participate, go into my Ravelry group, Gemma Darling Daily, Baby S Guess, and give me your best guess, but only 1 entry per person. Thank you. Because the number that Ravelry assigns you, that will be your number. Okay? So that makes sense. I'm trying to blow through this before I get hungry, or have to go to the bathroom again, or everything that happens to me. I am pretty much ready to pass out. Today's Father's Day, and my in-laws came over, and they are huge help. They're like, just sit there, and I'm like, okay. But I ate 2 hot dogs, and half a hamburger, and a piece of cherry pie, and my stomach's like this big right now, and it's like way up here, and that was not a good thing to do, so, suffering. Where did, oh, there they go, okay. Oh, and Van Ray, thank you for sending me these. Seriously. They're fantastic! So those days where I just feel, you know, less than myself because my face is changing, because my daughter is taking my beauty, I put my glasses on and I feel like a diva again. So thank you. Okay, let's hop into stash enhancement. When you're too tired to knit, you're not too tired to yarn shop on your phone while you're laying there. And that's what I've been up to. So, well, first of all, my mom spoiled me with something. Do you guys recognize this? I know you'd recognize it. It's a Sandy by the Lakeside leather clutch. It's fantastic. Oh my God. Thank you, Mommy. She just came to my house. She's like, here, I got you something. I was like, okay. These are such high quality bags. I can't even tell you. I don't know how she does it. They're beautiful. And I love them. I love it. I would just throw stuff in it and take it out for a spin, or, you know, use it for a high-end project bag if you're a yarn snob like I am. But Sandy, this is just absolutely exquisite. My mom got the same one for herself, so we're going to be rocking them together because that's what we do. Anyway, guys, I can't recommend it enough. Sandy by the Lakeside is someone who has a wonderful podcast. She is so resourceful. She does the most amazing things. She cooks the most amazing things. I want to smell them through the television, and I can't. Come on, techie people, invent smell-o-vision already. Well, I mean, only for cooking shows, because I don't want to smell other things. But it's gorgeous, and thank you, Mommy, and thank you, Sandy, for putting out a wonderful product. I think I'll be back for something else, because it's just beautiful. I'm so jealous of your stitch witchery. It's amazing. Let's see. You guys know I read off a notebook. I'm not even going to pretend like... No. I'm a very big fan of pen and paper. I know that's not very environmentally friendly. Everybody's putting stuff in their phones, but like I like to cross stuff off. It's just who I am. My mom was a teacher. My dad was a teacher. They used to take me to the teacher stores, and I loved getting all my school supplies, and that was a tangent, but it's who I am. Beehive Yarns and Olan. Now, I ordered from Beehive Yarns. This should be a future Brio-Duo. Some of their DK. And I love Beth from Beehive Yarns. She is, I consider her one of my very good fiber friends. We got to meet at Edinburgh Yarn Festival in 2018. I got to knit with she and her friends, and it was one of my favorite moments. And her yarn is absolutely gorgeous. This is on her DK Dolly base. Is she really going out with him? And this one is called Radio Clash. I love this one. Look at that. It's like fluorescent pink. It's like the pink of my childhood, like 1991. It's fantastic. So I caked it up, and I made such a mess of it that I have this in like 2 balls. But I was going to knit the outline shawl. It's a free pattern on hedgehogfibers.com. I started it with their sock yarn like 3 years ago, and I did not like their sock yarn. And then I started it with their Chubby, and I took the pattern down to like 1 repeat, and I didn't like it. And then I tried it with this DK, and well, I love the colors, but I was using Olan DK, which I love this color. Oh my god, look at that. Pinks and blacks and grays, they are my bag. And I had this, which was Jelly Hedgehog Fibers, and everything was just such a different weight that like on the 8 needle, some of it was too netty, and on, you know, the 7 needle, some of it was too tight. So I just frogged it, and I was like, I really like this yarn. I'm going to save it for something else. But that's what I've been doing. I also ordered this Olan, which is really, really cool. I ordered this from the Knot House. Guys, they have a great website full of such good stuff. And let's see, it's called Boot. But it's got like a lot of like different specs in it, if you can see. And there's a pink one, see it? And I really liked it, and I thought it was like, you know, a lot of good stuff, but it just wasn't working with the pattern. So I had to find a better pattern, and I may have to not use these yarns together because for some reason DK comes in so many different variations. Like some of them are really fat DKs and some of them are really skinny DKs, and I don't know. I kind of wish there were more names for the yarn bases, because if you're going to buy a DK, it should be 230 yards per 100 grams. If you're going to buy a worsted, it should be 200 yards per 100 grams. Like, they should have something that's a little more uniform. It makes it easier. This is just my opinion. I have a lot of trouble sometimes matching yarns with patterns or even mix and matching brands for a project, because I want it to be uniform. I want to use the same needle throughout the whole project, and I want, you know, the same gauge throughout the project, but sometimes I have problems with that. So that's just my 2 cents there. And I cut my hair, and it's driving me nuts. So, but you guys know I touch my hair, and by now I think you've gotten used to it. Otherwise you would not be tuning in anymore. Okay, so I love my beehive yarns and my Olan. They just didn't seem to work well together. I think the Olan is a little bit more like a worsted. So I have 4 skeins of this that I got at EYF last year. And I really just want a 4 skein DK weight shawl pattern that's pretty simple, so I can highlight this yarn, which is really crazy. I tried my hand at writing a pattern for about a day, and I was like, I can't do this. So I'm gonna try again. I actually have an idea for a really simple shawl in my head, but then I cast on this Isabel Kramer shawl, which I actually left downstairs, so I can't even show it to you. And the beginning of the pattern was exactly the same as what I was doing, and I was like, I am not going to release this and have this woman think I was copying her pattern. I didn't. I wrote it myself, but I was like, so I'm going to have to speak to some of my designer friends and find out, you know, if you're making a triangle shawl pattern, like, they've got to be some overlap between patterns, right? There's got to be some overlap between, like, different pattern writers, because certain stitches just make it a certain shape, right? So I don't know. I don't know. What distinguishes one pattern from another? Is it that the overall pattern is different? Like, I don't really know. So I didn't want to step on anyone's toes, because I really love Isabel, and I didn't want to just release a pattern that's basically her pattern. Anyway, let's see where I am in my notes here. I'm a little bit all over the place. I've got like baby brain, where like if I don't say it the moment I think it, it is just gone forever. Let's see. You guys know that I have been interviewing yarn for my portage cardigan for my Rhinebeck sweater. And I did, let's see, I wanted to maybe use Favorite Leather Boots by Chelsea Yarns, and I had a DK in my stash, which is this color. It's incredible. And it's one of her best sellers, and I can see why. I love it. I have to get like a ton more. And then I ordered this from Farmer's Daughter Fibers, and it's called Paul Newman, And I didn't know if I wanted it to be just like a flat gray DK. It's a really pretty DK. It really is. Or if I wanted to use her tweed. So I just ordered one skein of each. That's Farmer's Daughter Fibers. And as much as I love these skeins, they just didn't speak to me in terms of matching the pattern that I wanted to knit. So these, I think this is going to be a hat for my husband, like a really cool winter hat, because the tweed is just insane. I really, really like it. Just look at this. It's gorgeous. It's like this flat gray, but it's beautiful, right? Isn't the hue gorgeous? Yeah, she's an amazing indie dyer. So I will definitely be ordering more of that. So that was my interviewing. I last podcast told you that I ordered from Queen's Yarn Boutique, and I really, really love the yarn. I have to come up with some projects to use her yarn with, but these are the skeins that I bought that I forgot to show you because I forgot to bring them up here. And it takes a while for me to get into this attic now, so it's not like I can just run downstairs and get the stuff if I forget it. It's like, it's not going to be on the podcast if I forget it. So these are the two ones that I bought. And one is called Glam Rock, and one is called Star Force is on top. So let's start with Glam Rock. First of all, Queen's Yarn Boutique. So cute. I love this lady. And look at that. Isn't that it's awesome. It's like super crazy pants, pink and purple speckles. Like, dude, it's what my childhood dreams are made of. And so then I bought this one because I just thought this was beautiful. I don't think we see enough greens. And it had gray in it, and I just love it. So I think I might make my nephew a hat out of this. And I love it. I don't know. I just thought it was different, right? Yeah, so good job. Love me some Queen's Yarn Boutique. I will definitely be back for more. So follow her on Instagram because she'll tell you whenever she's having like little sales and things. And then I don't know, you guys may have heard, I had a knit baby shower. It was Harry Potter themed. We all went up to Christy Glass's house in Rhinebeck, New York in the off season, which was a lot of fun. I got to go and have my avocado toast, and I will definitely be talking about this more later. Maybe not in this podcast because I think I might make a companion video to the video of all my footage from the baby shower. But Christy has a video up, and Gigi has, I think, last week's video or the week before. The one that came out June 2nd of Gigi's has a lot of footage. Christy's video is adorable, so if you guys want to see what they did for me, which just melts my heart, seriously, I love my fiber friends, please hop over and watch those videos, and mine is forthcoming when I get enough energy to edit something. But you guys know how I love Mad Tosh Glazed Pecan. It's actually being discontinued. So as much as I'm not such a fan of Mad Tosh right now, I'm really upset that like my go-to colorway is not going to be there when I want it. So Christina from Chelsea Yarns dyed something similar for me. And this is called Butterscotch. And I cast on Isabel Kramer's shawl, Lemmy K, and I will show you that next time because I don't have it up here with me. I'm sorry. But it's a really cool shawl. It's just a V shawl. The top of it is like all, I don't remember if it's garter or stockinette. I think it's garter. And then the bottom has this really cool cable pattern. And I'm trying to embrace the cable. So that's that. Christina, thank you so much. She gave me 4 skeins of this. It was such a good gift. You know, baby showers are fun. You get stuff for your baby, but I think it's more fun to get stuff for yourself. Stephanie from Asylum Fibers gave me a whole box of things to pamper myself with, and I was like, that's a great gift. But wait till you see the sweaters my friends made for me. Dinah from the Knitting Place, she hit a grand slam. She made me like a little Ravenclaw like outfit. Like, it's, you have to see this. I mean, Lisa from India Untangled made me this gorgeous sweater. Alyssa, my friend Alyssa, who lives up in Rhinebeck, she made me a little cardigan with Bowie across the back. I mean, I can't even tell you. Christy made me this tiny little cardigan, and then she made little tutus for the new baby and for Franny, and her pattern was just released, so you have to check that out. And I'm forgetting so many people. Shamika gave me a whip. Corrado gave me his first sweater that he's ever knit with working yarn so that I could put my own buttons on it, whatever I chose. I mean, I just have such fantastic fiber friends, and I just can't thank you all enough. And the things I've been getting in the mail, I've gotten stuff in the mail. Like Leah Stickle gave me like hand-me-down things that her sons wore like 15 years ago. You just have to see all this stuff. I mean, Adela, you guys know that damn Della. She sent me a gift in the mail, which is going to be fantastic in the middle of the night and help me make bottles. Why is my phone? Oh, Corrado just texted me. You're gonna have to wait a little bit, Corrado. Thanks. What else? Julie Beth. Oh my God, the little booties that you sent me, the little mohair booties, so cute. I'm dying. So, yeah. I just love you guys so much. I have been going to Yarnia a lot because it is my local yarn store. I really love the owners there, and I haven't really been able to go super far. Usually I go to Chelsea Yarns if I can, just because I love to see Christina and my public figure, Miriam, and Susan, Nana. But, and of course, Red Bank Mike. And he just carries the Yeti bucket around, uses it for whatever he can. But I just haven't been able to do that. I haven't had any energy, and like every day is different. And so I'm glad though. I'm glad that I've been going to Yarnia more. And so I went there with Franny one day, and I just went there. I went there on Mother's Day, actually, because one of the owners, Amanda, texted me and was just like, I'm going to be there on Mother's Day if you want to come and just knit. And I actually forgot my knitting, so I just sat there and yapped with the ladies, and I walked out with this. Seriously, it's like, this is called Fairy Garden. It's by the Knitted Wit. It's like a unicorn in a skein. It's sparkly, but so sparkly. Like, you can actually see it on camera. Do you see that? Do you see it? Yeah. So we went back there yesterday because Backyard Fiberworks was having a trunk show with Kathleen Deems, the I Knit New York books, the I Knit Paris, and I love Backyard Fiberworks. So we went back, picked up another skein of this, so I can make something for Franny with it. And out of breath again. And I got more Cocoa Knits stitch markers because my daughter likes to take these and hide them. And so I always get more of those whenever I can. I had 3 skeins of Backyard Fiberworks in the colorway Orchid. And look how beautiful this color is, right? So I was going to cast on the new Hohi Locat, let's see, Shawl Ziggy. If you guys haven't seen it, this is it. And I don't know, something about this yarn and this pattern, I love this yarn and I couldn't give it up. Do you guys ever have that where like, sometimes you think, is the pattern that I'm making like worth this yarn that I love? Do you ever like have that? And it's stupid because once you make something, you can actually wear it. It's not like it's home in your stash. You can take it out with you. So at the Backyard Fiberworks trunk show, I decided, well, if I buy 3 more skeins of it, then I won't miss it. It'll still be in my stash. But this one is much more like berry-ish, and this one is much more like light pink. Can you see the difference? There is a difference. So anyway, that's crazy that I bought 3 more skeins so that I could keep it in my stash. Like, that's crazy. But I don't know if you guys know, a couple months ago I destashed 3 skeins of Backyard Fiberworks in the colorway Berry. I had them on an MCN, and I was like, I don't really like really thin sock yarns, so I'm just going to destash the MCN and I'll get it on singles. And they don't make it anymore. So I talked to Alice when I was at Yarny, and I'm like, do you ever dye the colorway berry anymore? And she's like, I can make it for you. And I was like, okay. So when I am ready for it, I'm going to write her, and she's going to make it for me, and I will have it again. End scene. I also bought this really cute pin. It says Bon Tricot. And I just think it's really, really cool. It goes with the I Knit Paris book. And then I have the Knit Yorker pin, which goes with the I Knit New York book. And if you don't have their books, from One More Row Press. Yes, onemorerowpress.com. Please hop over to that website and get the books. The patterns are extraordinary. Kathleen Dames. I don't know who else she works on the book with. I assume it's Alice. I'm not sure. But it's around here somewhere. I just found it the other day because I couldn't find it. I don't know what I did with it. And you know, sometimes my daughter takes stuff. Yeah, it's here somewhere. We'll look at it next podcast. Anyway. Do you guys like my Mrs. Roper chic? I've taken to buying really, really pretty robes because when I get to the hospital, you're not like sick. I mean, obviously it's like a major surgery to have a C-section, but you're not really sick. So I was like, you know, you have visitors, and I was like, oh, I love this. So I have all of these really cool robes planned because last time I was in the hospital having the C-section with Franny, I bought these short nightgowns. Like, okay, just nightgown. I figured the belly will be gone. It'll cover what it has to. No, the belly's not gone. You're all inflamed and just so fantastic when you're in the hospital after a C-section. And so this year I'm going to buy stuff that's a little longer. Let's see. I know. You guys like really needed to know that, right? You've been waiting for me to podcast so I could tell you things like that. Yeah, totally. Right. So what's next? So I did buy that Ziggy pattern. I know that I like to tell you guys stuff that I've bought. You know what? I think, yeah, that's all my Stashquisitions. Christy gave me this, part of the Harry Potter theme. It's Stitched Together Studio. And the colorway is Birdie Bots. And I think you guys all know Birdie Bots, every flavor beans. And I love it. And I actually think it's a good Brio-Duo with this. It's a little busy. But for the busy knitter, yeah, that was really cool, right? I love it. I love that I got yarn for my baby shower. I love it. What's next? Let's see. You guys want to see the yarn I got for my Rhinebeck sweater? Okay. Now, I told you about the LYS Unity KAL that we're going to start again. And I really hope you guys will knit along with us. Even if you're not going to Rhinebeck, pick a cardigan, guys. Cardigans are overlooked. And they're great because then you can wear anything. You can wear a Cipolla underneath it. You can wear anything underneath it. And just put it on. Got some outerwear. It's great. Knit it in bulky. Knit it in whatever you want. Just knit. Anyway. This is the colorway that I decided on for the Portage cardigan. And this is called Buried Alive by Lamb Strings Yarn. Isn't it exquisite? It's so pretty. I originally wanted something like Dirty on Purpose, which is a Voulenvine colorway, but guys, I mean, I think it would be a cold day in hell before I could get a sweater quantity of that. So I was looking for something that had a similar feel to it, and this is what I got. And I just can't even tell you how excited I am to start with this. First of all, Shanna is one of my really good fiber friends. We stay in the same hotel at Rhinebeck, and I got last year to sit up real late with her, and Julianne and Cece, and we were all just like, you know, kibitzing really late, and I hope that happens again this year. But Lamb String Yarn, if you haven't heard of it, Lamb Strings Yarn. And all of this stuff in this little flower, these are all little skeins all around it. I love it. And this is the colorway, Buried Alive. I just absolutely love it. Like the greens. You see the green and the rust? I love it. I love it. And then, you know, I opened my mail the other day and I get this huge box of it. I was so excited because I think you guys know I've been interviewing yarn for this cardigan for like years. And I swatched and I'm right on gauge with the needle that the pattern calls for, and it's like the knitting gods have shined on me and they said, this is what you're going to do, Danielle. You are going to knit the portage with this. So seriously though, look at my swatch. It's gorgeous. And if you haven't shopped Lamb Strings yarn, please hop over to the website, find them on Instagram. I'll put everything here in the down bar. Shanna is fantastic. Her customer service is second to none. Her yarn is beautiful. I mean, the depth of color in this, exquisite. And I'm just really excited. I think it's going to be a beautiful piece of outerwear that's going to go with so many things. I think it will go with brown. It will go with black. It will go with greens and rusts and so many different things. It's so earthy and I just absolutely love it. So guys, that is my Rhinebeck sweater. Are you knitting along with us? Please do it. You're going to have a good time. You'll meet people. Whew. What else? Where are they? Show yourself. There's so much stuff around here. You guys would die if you saw it. Come on, I brought everything up. Didn't I bring everything up? I just saw these. No? Crap. There they are. More things that I got. A new beautiful and exquisite issue of Pom Pom. If you guys have not gotten this issue, it's gorgeous. It has a lot of good stuff in it, some really great articles. And it's just, the stuff in it is really beautiful. So, I mean, look at this. Oop, where are we going? It's just, it's really, really a gorgeous issue. They never disappoint. I love this sweater. Do you see that? Can you see that? I think I need to knit that. Yeah, it looks simple. I don't know. It's made out of La Bien Aimée, so. Yeah, I love Pom Pom. I love going through them. There are some issues that come that I don't really care for anything inside of them, and so I might do a destash and get rid of some of them, so some back issues. I might do another destash with a bunch of minis because there's a lot of minis in there. I don't really use sock yarn, as I told you guys, so I might be doing that soon. I did buy this. I treated myself to some new needles, and I'll tell you why in a moment. These are 3.5s. They're Licca needles in the umber colorway, and they're super, super tiny. Like, look how tiny these things are. It's tiny, right? So there's my pinky finger. They're about as big as your pinky finger. So, I don't know if you guys like stuff like that. I usually knit with 4-inch needles, maybe 5-inch needles. 5-inch needles I tend to use for shawls because it doesn't matter how long the needle is, right? Because you're using a big long cable or whatever. When I knit sleeves, that's when I need shorter needles. So I'm going to show you my whip that I bought them for. We talked about it last time. This is my Felix Pullover by Savory Knitting. And it's almost done. I mean, I'm really being a slacker on this. I just put it down for some reason, and I decided to just start doing other things. And I bought these at Yarnia. They say that they're 3.5s. Now, let me tell you, I measured them. They're 2.75 inches. They're teeny tiny, and I've been using them for Slave Island, and it's fantastic. The Licca needles work on the Knitter's Pride cables. So I bought the shortest Knitter's Pride cable that I could find. I think it was a 10. And I put these on it, and it's working perfect. I mean, it may not work when I get down closer to the cuff. I may have to put them on DPNs, but I hate DPNs, and I hate magic loop, and I just try so hard to find a circular needle that fits, but they don't make, these are size 10 needles, and I don't think they make them in a 9-inch. So I was like crying inside, and then I found the really short Licca needles, and these are the umbers, and they're working great. So I really should probably go back to this and finish it, but you know, it's summer. I was like sitting there with this huge sweater on me, and I can't even wear it right now because I tried it on. It doesn't work with my baby bump. So I was like, maybe I'll just put this aside for a little while. But I really love it. Again, this is the Felix Pullover by Savory Knitting. No make ones, just yarn overs. It's fantastic. So I really enjoyed this knit. I just have to finish the sleeves. And so if I don't finish my portage cardigan for Rhinebeck, this will be my Rhinebeck sweater. And if I do finish it, then this will be my India Untangled sweater. But I think India Untangled is more like you knit a shawl for India Untangled, you knit a sweater for Rhinebeck. So I also cast on something called the Carnival Shawl. And let me show you that. Now, my printer really did not print well, so please go over to Ravelry and look at this. But it is the Carnival Shawl by Abby Knits. I don't know how they say it anyway. But you can kind of see the outline of it there. Yeah, that really didn't help at all. It just did not print well. But I can see all the instructions. So I didn't want to waste more paper printing something. It's really like just a bunch of parallelograms right here. And you make them separately in 4 different colors. And then you just do a 3-needle bind off to push them together. A 3-stitch I-cord. And they actually gave you all the instructions for that too. So I thought it was really great. It was knit along a while ago. I believe Primrose Yarn Company did a kit for it. And I really liked the colors, but I assume that the kit has long since passed. So I just went stash diving and I found colors that were very similar to what I found in this, in the original. And again, it's the Carnival Shawl. It's just literally 4 parallelograms, you know, a KFB on this side, a knit 2 together on this side, a K2 tog on that side, a pattern of like yarn overs and stuff. And it's so nice to knit when you are easily distracted by what's going on in your life, or you don't feel so great, or you just want to Netflix and chill, or you want to go and hang out with your friends and not follow something that's super complicated. So I did half of the first parallelogram right here. It's like a weird shape though. I don't know if I'm doing this right. But whatever. I just don't care. Like, if I'll just sew it together at the end and I'll enjoy it, and that's that. But this is La Bien-Aimée and Peanut Butter and Jelly. And so that is my first color. My second color is, I just cast on because I just got sick of working with that one. And so this is Hedgehog Fibers in Spell. It's like a beautiful, beautiful purple with like light magentas in it. Gorgeous. And then my third color is coming in the mail. I was going to use Stress Knits, but I really like this skein. I want to use it for something else. So, but it's going to be similar to this skein, like a cream that's going to have speckles of purple and speckles of orange, because I think purple and orange go great together, which just reminds me of Shelby and Gigi, because Shelby likes purple and Gigi, of course, likes orange. But I'm going to save my Stress Knits for a special occasion, and the next color is going to be Bridge Burning by Black Elephant. And this is not one of the ones she gifted me. This is the original that I had, because it's much lighter. So I'm saving the ones that she gifted me, which are the dark, beautiful oranges, and those will go together for whatever festival I go to next year in Europe. I kind of want to go to woolen because Edinburgh is not doing it. So I thought I would knit a sweater with that for next year. I just can't believe she sent me 4 skeins. That was gorgeous. Anyway, this is the one I had in my stash. So these colors together, I think, are going to look pretty great. I don't know. I think it'll look really cool. You know, it's something like different and unexpected. Because like these two go great together. They're obviously a Brio-Duo. And then something like this is unexpected, right? So, yeah. And that's the kit that was original for the pattern when they did the knit along. But again, I wasn't going to go looking for those original colors. I think in the pattern, she must have used a filter, or she had this really gorgeous shot of the sun just hitting it a certain way, and it made all the colors look so much more vibrant. So I went looking for the vibrant versions, and this is what I found. And I'm just really loving the knit. So if you guys are looking for something simple to knit with friends, I highly recommend the Carnival Shawl. It's fingering weight. I'm using singles. It only takes 1 skein of each. And it's the Carnival Shawl by Abby Knits. So that's a current whip. I talked about the Lemmy K that I am going to knit. That is actually going to be for Shawlapalooza. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to knit as much as I can. My house is like a garbage zone right now. It just looks crazy. Like we flipped the bedrooms. The guest room and Franny's room got flipped because Franny's getting a room with her sister now. And even though her sister's still cooking, I bought her a bed already. So there's just so much to do and I can hardly walk. My pelvis has decided to just, you know, get all loose and ready for childbirth, and it just hurts when you walk, which is just fantastic. And I know that you tuned in to hear me talk about this, but you know, if you've ever been through childbirth, there are times where you're sitting there and all of a sudden you get up and you're like, oh, I can't walk right now. Cool. So, that's going on. I do think that you did tune in to see the Brio-Duo of the week, and I think I will show you that right now. So here is my bowl jar of briosity. Yes, I laugh at myself when I do this. Don't worry, you guys. You can laugh at me. It's fine. Though the Brio-Duo of the week this week is going to be Lamb Strings Buried Alive, because I'm in love with this colorway. I'm so excited to make that out of it. And I think that it goes beautiful with Chelsea Luxe in Favorite Leather Boots. I think that's a really cool Brio-Duo because the lamb strings has these earthy tones in it. And if you can see, there it is, right there. Can you see that speck right there? Yeah. And so I just really, really like it together. And that's your Brio-Duo of the week. And I really should say of the month, because this is episode 6 and it's June and I podcast once a month. So why do I call it Gemma Darling Daily? Alliteration, people. Alliteration. So if you can think of a better name for my podcast, bring it. I should have that as a contest because I could not name this for the life of me. So I get really jealous when people come up with great names. Like, have you guys been watching Christy Glass lately? She has had some great interviews on lately. And when you're couch bound like I am, she's your best friend. I really just love her channel, and I was watching her interview with Lady Di Yarns the other day, and I love Lady Di Yarns. I've been looking for patterns so I can just binge and buy all the things from her. And her name is Diane, or Diana. I don't know exactly. And so she named Lady Di, like Lady Diana, but D-Y-E. And I was like, that is brilliant! And I can't think of things like that for myself. Yeah. So if anyone thinks of something good, let me know. Maybe we'll change the name of the podcast for season 4 and everyone will get confused. Gemma Darling Daily just kind of seems like I'm lying to myself at this point. I'm lying to you. I'm lying to myself. Whatever. Anyway, that's your Brio-Duo of the month. I talked about the baby shower. Guys, it was the most magical day, and I didn't know how I was going to get up there. Like, the day before, I was, like, schwitzing. I was like, oh my god, I'm not well enough to do this, and everyone made stuff for me, and I really have to go. And my husband was like, I'll drive you. We took Franny. Franny was a champion. She wore her dress. She didn't even argue with me. She's just the best kid on the face of the planet, sincerely. I'm so excited to give her a sister. I hope this kid doesn't disrupt our equilibrium because Franny is so much fun. Sometimes I look at her and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so lucky. I am so lucky. She's so much fun. The other day she told my father that she loved him and it was such a heartfelt thing. We were all like, I'm not crying, you're crying. It was so great. So, you know, I told you that my knitting friends threw it for me. It was really Creative Cici and Christy Glass. And they threw me this wonderful shower. And as I said, please tune in. I'm going to try and get my vlog up soon. I just haven't really been able to sit there and edit. And I have patterns that Corrado's waiting for. And I want to help Cece with Cece Knits the World. And so if you guys are all waiting for that, it's my fault, not hers. I'm going to try and get that edited. And I'm going to try and bring you some more vlogs before I pop. I want you guys to see the craft attic, even though it is a crap attic right now. But as you can see, I just have like a ton of stuff and I've been trying to find some solutions to storing it all, but truth is I probably just need to like get rid of some of it. So there could be other destashes coming. You guys just have to like follow along. Let's see, what have I been doing other than that? I've really been Netflixing and chilling. Like, I'll be honest, like there are nights where I'm like, I should podcast right now. No, I'm just too tired, and that happens. And I'm really glad that I got to bang one out tonight. I think I spoke really fast, guys. I'm so sorry, but I'm tired now. So, what have I been watching? The Handmaid's Tale is back. Whoa! I love The Handmaid's Tale. It is dark. And it is crazy and it's good. So if you don't watch The Handmaid's Tale and you don't have a sensitive stomach because it is pretty graphic, I suggest you get Hulu and you watch it. It's fantastic. Big Little Lies is on HBO. Yeah, twisted. I kind of like it. It's really good. My mom was like, you need to watch this. You need to watch this. And now season 2 just came out. So my sister and I binge watched the first season, which is not that long. And now Meryl Streep is in it. And when Meryl is in it, it's good. But no, I mean, it's Nicole Kidman. It's like Reese Witherspoon. It's just, oh, Zoe Kravitz. How cool is she? Her parents are Lisa Bonet and Lenny Kravitz. It does not get any cooler than that. This girl is fantastically exquisite and super cool. And I just am in awe that those two people ever mated. So, she's fantastic in it. I started watching Good Omens on Amazon Prime. And I can't even tell you how good it was. There's season 1, it was only 6 episodes. It was like 6 hours, but it was just really good. David Tennant, and I believe his name is David Cross. And he's good in every single thing. Is that his name? No, not David Cross. Michael Sheen. I'm sorry. Michael Sheen and David Tennant. And they are fantastic together. One is like a good angel and one is a demon. And they're trying to prevent Armageddon. And you guys are going to love it. Frances McDormand is the voice of God. And you guys really need to watch that. And guys, July 4th is my 40th birthday, and what am I getting for my birthday? Stranger Things Season 3. Now, I think it's a little weird that it's coming out in the summer. It is a Halloween thing. Like, get your crap together, Netflix. Thanks. And I probably just would have waited the 3 more months for it because, I mean, it's like a spooky thing. I want to watch it, like, in the dark, you know, when it's like All Hallows Eve. But like, hey, I'll take it as a birthday present because by July 4th, I'm probably going to be on the couch unable to move and just waiting for them to take this baby out of me. So that is exciting. So if you guys are watching anything great, please let me know. I am always looking for new things to watch. The other day, the new season of Jessica Jones came out, which is kind of depressing because it's the last season. Netflix is getting rid of their Marvel stuff. Yeah, they rocked the first season of everything, and then the second season of everything just totally blew. And I was like, ugh. So, but I love Jessica Jones because that is our very own Kristen Ritter, the knitter. And she is a good knitter. So we need to, you know, I hear now she's done filming that. Maybe we should pull her into some of our knitting circles. So we'll get her. Again, if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. thank you so much for all of your well wishes for this baby. I am very, very excited. The sleepless nights are coming. I'm going to have Gigi here as much as possible to hold the baby while I sleep. I'll wake up and the baby will be covered head to toe in like orange knitwear. But I just welcome that. And like Shelby is so good with Franny. So you too, open invitation. Just show up at my door. Just show up. It's great. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a wonderful start to your summer. I hope your Father's Day was wonderful. Your Mother's Day was wonderful. I hope you got to see loved ones. And just keep knitting everyone and loving everyone and being kind to everyone. And hop on over to the Ravelry and join the LYS Unity KAL. Let's start those Rhinebeck sweaters and we'll get them done for Rhinebeck. And that's all the energy I have. So I'm going to sign off and pass out now. I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye, guys.